Jay, let's talk a little bit about the All-Star game.
It was actually fun.
Yeah, you enjoyed it. Yeah, tell us a little bit about why you thought that was fun.
So I'm an All-Star Weekend hater. I'm probably the biggest hater. Every year, I get kind of excited to see the All-Star Weekend festivities, and then I'm just disgusted by the time the dunk contest rolls around. And there have been how many great dunk contests? Like Levine versus Aaron Gordon was spectacular. Vince Carter, way back in the day, was spectacular.
Yep.
And most of them are duds, though.
Yeah.
Most of them stink, and I thought this one stunk. Donovan Mitchell got 50s for not much.
Yeah.
I thought when he brought out the backboard, the second backboard, I thought he was going to do something awesome, and he just kind of threw an alley-oop to himself and did nothing.
Right, and I saw somebody tweeted out, every high school kid who can dunk has thrown himself that alley-oop off the back wall of their gym.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a particularly special dunk.
He could have made it great, and then I was just disgusted. He brought out the Vince Carter jersey. Nobody should be able to bring out the Vince Carter jersey. That is sacred dunk contest. Vince Carter did that, 18 years ago?
Yeah.
Was that 2000? Yeah, so, and you can't top it 18 years later. You can't do it nearly as well as he did. So don't put on the Vince Carter jersey. Don't disrespect his name. But however,
put some respect on Vince Carter's name.
Yeah, the All-Star game itself was awesome. They finally tried. I was really excited for defense.
Yep.
I was excited for the last 5 minutes to matter, and I thought you saw the best players in the world competing against each other, which we haven't seen too much.
Well, and I thought it was funny, too, because you say the last 5 minutes matter, but, I mean, they really didn't. Like, it really, what they tried to do worked. You know, they tried to make it like sort of a pride thing where this was LeBron's team, so LeBron was trying to fire up all his players. This was Steph's team, so Steph's players kind of had that sort of camaraderie of all being chosen by Steph. And that actually worked. I didn't think that was going to matter. I thought that they were all still going to kind of go out there and treat it like the exhibition game that it was. But no, putting even just that little bit of pride on the line.
I felt like it was more the charity thing.
Yeah.
Like they brought out the kids.
Yeah, right.
And what was it, $200,000 difference between first and second? So the kids are right there, and LeBron's like, well, I got to try because if I don't, these kids know that I'm wasting $200,000 that could be going to them. Yeah. So I felt like the charity thing had a lot to do with it. Whatever the case, it was an awesome All-Star game. It was cool to see LeBron take it to another level that nobody else on the court, even on the All-Stars, could reach. And what were they, down 10 with 5 or 6 minutes to go? And then they went to the Paul George, LeBron, Kyrie, Durant, and Russell Westbrook lineup. And it was like, oh... That's a lineup. That pretty good. That lineup's pretty good. GM LeBron did a pretty decent job there.
Yeah, he did. That was something that we actually discovered when we did our own mock draft was how much of an advantage LeBron had just by being able to take Kevin Durant first. Because when you have Kevin Durant and LeBron James on the same team, there's just going to be so many matchup problems, so many different things you can do. And I mean, we saw that on the last play of the game. Steph tries to, get a shot off. He just gets bottled up in the corner because all of a sudden you have LeBron James and Kevin Durant waving their arms around you on a trap. Like, I don't know what you could possibly do there. I want to talk a little bit about Kyrie. It was kind of an interesting All-Star game. He had a couple of highlights, he had that one nice dribble that didn't actually end up doing anything because Giannis poked it away, but he kind of did that behind the back, sort of in and out dribble. But just kind of skill-wise, I mean, he is so much fun in All-Star games because it is even last night where there wasn't as much defense, he still is a guy who can experiment and who makes experimenting a lot of fun. What did you think kind of watching him perform at that level?
The pass to Paul George in the corner over the top of the head was cool.
Yep.
I wasn't that impressed by the dribble move.
No.
I've seen people do that before and it didn't go anywhere, it didn't do anything. So I was like, whatever. I'm more of a simple guy. I just want guys to compete and do things that help their team. So but he is fun to watch. And the pass to LeBron when LeBron cut down, he cut backdoor. It was cool to watch the top guys play at the top level in a competitive game. Yeah. That's what stunk about the All-Star game recently is it's a chance to see the best players in the world go toe-to-toe against one another, and they haven't done it. Yeah. Like, they just haven't cared. And finally last night, they cared. And I just finally really enjoyed it. Except Fergie. What was Fergie doing?
I don't know what Fergie was trying to do.
What's up with you, Fergie? Chill out next time.
Yeah. Another thing I thought was kind of interesting was the LeBron-Kyrie dynamic. Obviously they've been like pretty friendly when they've met during the season. They had the hug after the first game. They've seemed like they're just kind of normal opponents. And I thought that was kind of interesting to see. Like, I think Kyrie is pretty, like, it seems like there's a focus for him on not making this a Westbrook Durant sort of situation. I don't think he wants that. I think he wanted his new team. I think that probably LeBron had something to do with that, and sort of that having two sort of alpha dogs in the same locker room sort of mentality, whatever it might have been. I don't think that he wants to have that sort of adversarial relationship with LeBron James.
Yeah, I wonder if LeBron picking Kyrie mattered.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if Kyrie looked at that and realized LeBron's throwing out this olive branch.
Yeah.
Let me take it. Let's just move on and let's be cool with each other. They had that moment where they were just laughing on the bench like old friends. They obviously played together and seemed to enjoy each other and were kind of broing it up after the game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if there is tension, and it certainly seemed like there was for a long time, like from the way Kyrie answered LeBron questions in interviews to the way he did not answer LeBron questions in interviews, like just tried to dismiss them, hated talking about the Cavs, hated talking about LeBron. This weekend felt like they kind of moved on from it.
It did.
And it was, like, think about it. It was work problems, you know? Like you can get over work problems. And so they certainly seemed like they got over it. And it was interesting because Kevin Durant said that he wishes he hadn't made the Russell Westbrook thing such a thing last year. And he was on Russ's team this year, and they seemed cool. And then the Kyrie-LeBron dynamic, they were totally fine with each other. So that was one of those possible drama things that just didn't materialize. Yeah. They were totally cool.
Absolutely. And I think that one of the things that people sort of underrate, if you weren't necessarily around the team or in those, those scrums or whatever, is how much Kyrie did not want to talk about LeBron. Like, it was like people had to ask him about it because it was the big story, but it was really uncomfortable every time somebody brought him up.
Yeah, it was almost painful.
It was.
Like, it was cringeworthy every time because you did have to ask the questions. Yeah. And Kyrie just did not want to talk about LeBron, did not want to talk about his departure, did not want to talk about any of it. I think at one point he said, I will never divulge the real details of what happened. It's like, all right, man, we get it.
The state secret that he's protecting,
So it was neat to see those guys kind of move on from that.
It definitely was.
Really interesting, because I thought that would be more of a thing, and it wasn't a thing at all.
Definitely.